I want to talk a little bit about the ATL community in general. For my veterans, forgive me, I'm going to go through this really quick, but for the people that haven't been here before, we have something called a report card, okay? And these are the pillars of the community that really make up what I consider an extraordinary life, because an extraordinary life to me is full-rounded success. If I'm a multi-millionaire, even a decamillionaire, and I can't make it up a flight of stairs because I'm 200 pounds overweight, I don't consider that success, and neither should you, right? If I'm a decamillionaire and I can't have a conversation with any of my children or my spouse without bringing back up some negative feelings, then that's not full rounded success to me. I want to have full rounded success, and that's what the community is all about. So, pillar number one is our walk with the Lord, right? Our daily habits, the things we do to get closer to God on a regular basis. That, to me, in my personal and in my humble opinion, is the most important pillar, and that's why it's number one. My relationship with God and being connected, and Him not just being a part of my life, but being the center of my life. That is number one, and that is the foundation to all of it. Number two is my health, like I just mentioned a moment ago, doing everything that I possibly can do to have extreme good health, not just good health, not just average health, not just skinny fat, but I mean good health. And we'll talk a little bit more about that because, again, I want to have the vitality to enjoy the success the Lord allows me to steward. Number two is my relationships. Number one with myself, being able to look in the mirror and say, I love myself, my wife, my kids, my friends, relatives, neighbors, and the people in the marketplace, because that is what creates success as well. Next, coming right after that, is personal development. Personal development is education. Nowadays, a big part of that is AI. If you're not plugged into AI and getting at least a couple hours a week of education in your favorite niche of that on a weekly basis, then you're missing the boat. I'm telling you right now. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But financial IQ, you're here. I'm preaching to the choir. That's what we're here to talk about today. Becoming the best version I possibly can of myself to present to the world. That version is one of the most important parts of the pillars that we talk about. Number five is wealth. We're going to talk about that today. Financial freedom, decamillionaire, hectomillionaire. That's $10 million, $100 million, whatever your mind can achieve
It's
and
okay. You
believe,
can hear.
it can conceive. So
I'm so glad for this.
I promise you, if you guys
This
don't mind
says
muting
mute. Does that
yourself,
mean I'm
anybody that's
muted?
not muted, I can hear a little conversation. Appreciate that for the respect of everybody that's on the call. Thank you so much for that. So wealth, and notice where wealth comes. Because if I got my walk with the Lord right, and my personal physical health right, my relationships right, my personal development, I'm constantly working on me and keeping my craft mastered. I think wealth is inevitable. That's my personal opinion, guys. So notice where it falls. But then after that is contribution, time, talent, treasure, and testimony. Because the Lord doesn't bless us so that we can be the Dead Sea. We should have rivers coming from us where we can continue to contribute to the communities in which we work, play, live, and worship. It is so important for all six of these pillars to be fulfilled. And you're not going to fix all of these pillars all at once. Don't hear what I'm not saying, but the goal is to make progress. So on whatever's the weakest one gets the most attention, but in the meantime, all of these pillars need to be getting our attention over a period of time. Okay, so very, very important. Yeah, thank you, Elizabeth. So we have tools in the community where this happens to be one of them. It's called a quarterly action plan where we focus on quadrant two items. I'm not going to go deep into that, but in the book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey, God bless him, he had it figured out when it comes to the time matrix. And quadrant two are those things that are very, very important, but not very urgent. So they fall to the back burner and don't get done. And by doing and completing a quarterly action plan and by focusing on those quadrant two items, these get attention regularly. And we're here in the community to keep you accountable on those things. So that's as much as you want to be. But I will tell you, our mission statement is we want to empower your journey while we inspire your change. And we are committed to empowering each member's unique journey, because your journey is not going to be mine and my journey is not going to be yours. So our goal is to create a community that champions your growth and transformation, because you don't have to be a homeless drug addict to need transformation. We all need, as chapter 1 of my book talks about, you got to be done. Whatever it is that you're looking to move out of, and none of those pillars, whatever position that you're in that you want to change, you got to be done before you can take action.